Thank you for joining me on my masterclass. Now, today is Sunday, January 7th, 2024, and I timestamp my videos, let people know that the information contained therein is dated so they don't watch it out of time and act on it as if it's new. Now, good morning to my subscribers on the X platform, formerly known as Twitter. You guys are my priority. You subscribe to me, enabling me to do research that I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. And that's why I mentor you, hold your hands, give you direct access to me, treat you like family. Now, where can we park our money so we can pack money out? Over the last week, I've been teaching you guys about mutual funds and especially the S&P 500. Although there are other mutual funds, like I told you guys, you got the 4500, Invesco Mutual, Wilshire 5000, Russell 3000. But by far the best and oldest is the S&P 500. And then within the S&P 500, you got specific products. They got a variety of products, but two of their best products are going to be the VFIAX, which is their oldest product. Now, the VFIAX is Vanguard's Fidelity Mutual. And Vanguard is a company. So the S&P 500 is a index fund, which is different from Vanguard. Vanguard just subscribes to their index. So they use their index to build their mutual fund. So Vanguard is an investment company, a large investment company. I think it's probably one of the largest in the United States. So they offer several products, of which the most popular are the VFIAX and the VOO. Now, the main difference between these two is that the VOO is an exchange traded fund. Now, when a lot of people hear that word, exchange traded fund, it just brings about a lot of confusion. And because of the kinds of age that we live in, the age that we live in, a lot of people are happy to hide their ignorance and they pretend as if they know what things are when they don't really know what it is. And I see the kind of questions that people are asking me, and I realize that a lot of people don't understand what an exchange traded fund is. So I'm going to explain it. So the VOO is an exchange traded fund, meaning that you can buy it on a stock exchange like the New York Stock Exchange. That's where the exchange in the exchange traded fund comes from. You can buy it just like a regular stock. It's traded like a regular stock. Now the thing is, the VFIAX is also available. You can actually see the stock price on a stock exchange like the New York Stock Exchange. But then to buy it on the New York Stock Exchange is not going to be easy because you're not going to find it on most apps. Why? And I'm going to explain that. Because it's not an exchange traded fund, although it's listed. Now, what is the difference? An exchange traded fund is like a stock that you can just go on any stock market or an app that allows you to jump on the stock market and then buy into it. But the VFIX, although it's listed on the exchange, it's not an exchange traded fund because it only does its trades at the end of the day because it focuses on the net asset value, the daily net asset value of stocks, which are calculated at the end of the day. So both of them, they mirror the 500 largest corporations in America. That's why it's called the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is an index of the 500 largest corporations in America. But then the format in which the funds are traded are a bit different because the VOO is available like any stock. So throughout the day, you can buy into it. The price changes throughout the day, just like any stock. The laws of demand and supply affect it. But the VFIX is not an exchange traded fund, meaning that what they do is that they wait until the end of the day and then they look at the net asset value of the S&P 500 and then Vanguard makes an investment decision on which stocks to buy based on their net asset value, their settled net asset value after the market has closed at 4:30, I think, no, at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's the basic difference between the VFIX and the VOO. Other than that, their return on investment is basically the same. So if you see for the VOO, within the last 12 months, their ROI was about 26.33%. For the VFIX, their ROI was 26.24%. So you see, the difference between them is, I think, it's just 0.10 or probably even less than that. The expense ratio, and the expense ratio is how much Vanguard is going to charge you. The expense ratio for both of them is almost identical. For the VOO, it is 0.03. For the VFIX, it's 0.04. So just 0.01 difference between the two of them. So they're basically the same. But the format for trading is what's different. So while you're going to find the VOO on virtually every trading app that allows you to get on, piggyback back on the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ, you're not going to find that with the VFIAX, except probably with a very few, like maybe TD Ameritrade, because they operate with a different format. The VOO, like I said, is exchange traded funds that you can just buy like a stock throughout the day. The VFIAX only makes a buy at the end of the day. So they trade through the net asset value at the end of the day. So that's why you're not going to be able to get the VFIAX through an app like Chaka, Bamboo, Trove if you're in the West African sub-region, or through some other apps. You can go directly to Vanguard, and then you can actually, because there's a minimum investment for the VFIX, which is 3,000. I've told you guys that before. But for the VOO, you can basically just trade any amount, just like any stock. So that's the basic difference. It's a basic difference. Now, if you want to get into the VFIX, I can just give you in the description box or for my subscribers on the X platform, I'm going to put the website for Vanguard. But here's the thing. The return on your investment is basically the same. So the VOO is almost exactly like the VFIX. So if you are in the VOO, there's really, to the best of my knowledge and to the best of my thinking, there's really no need to get on the VFIX, except maybe you have over $3,000 and you want to put it in for long-term investment. So I'm going to put the link to Vanguard so you can actually go to Vanguard directly and then invest, for those of you who are asking for the VFIX. But for every other person, just stick with VOO. Now, I hope I made sense. These are, the differences are not so cut out that it is very easy to explain, but I've tried to use everyday, layperson's language to explain it. However, maybe I've confused you. Maybe I've not been clear enough, and maybe I've robbed you of clarity. What you can do, if you are a subscriber of mine on the X platform, go there and ask a question. And you know how quickly I respond to you, how I hold your hands, I give you detail I mentor you. If you're not a subscriber of mine, you're not going to be seeing this video until 8 hours out of time, in which case some of the things are going to be obsolete. But then you could ask a question on YouTube. When I finish dealing with my subscribers, I'll come to you. Or you can become a subscriber of mine. Becoming a subscriber is very easy. Go on the X platform, search for me at Reno Omokri. On the top right hand corner of my profile, you're going to see a subscribe tab. Click on it, follow the prompts, and you're a subscriber. Thank you for watching. This is the Apostle of Prosperity saying God bless you.
But Reno travels all around the world. I hope you get inspired about what you see. Apostle of greatness, Reno is a master. Only one man against the whole world in large. Fighting with the monsters, poverty I can't stand. That's why Reno